Abby, what are you doing?
I'm making an invention. I was really inspired by Tyler and Siobhan's crafts last week. So just while we're waiting for everyone to join us for live On Air PlayUP, I'm just getting crafting. Hey everyone, we'll start in a moment.
So we're live. So right now, while we're here in PlayUP, we've got families at home watching us live in their houses. Wow, that's amazing. They're crafting along with us at the same time.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It's been happening for weeks now, Jess.
Oh, I didn't realise it was live.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, I get it. It's pretty confusing. When I was a kid, I used to wonder where the people in the TV were. Like, I used to look behind the TV to see if they were there, but they weren't there. And then I wondered if they were small and inside the box. And then, yeah, I never found them.
Do you know what, actually, me too, except I'm a bit older, so I had a radio when I was little, you know, one of these like kind of black rectangular things. And I used to think, a little man lived inside the radio and he was broadcasting the songs and talking about the weather.
Whoa, they would have had to be like really tiny.
Yeah, super tiny. Yeah, but we're not tiny.
No, we're life size.
We're very normal and we are here in PlayUP waiting for everyone to join us at home.
Yeah, I wonder how many people are watching at the moment.
Oh, I hope we've got a few watching because I think we're almost ready to start crafting.
Yeah, I think so. Do you have any jokes for me while we wait, Jess?
Oh, okay, one joke. What happened when the crab went to the gym?
I don't know.
He pulled a muscle. It's
Good one. It's kind of in theme. Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Yeah, it's kind of see.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I think we have a few PlayUppers joining us. We've got hello to Tracy on Facebook.
And hi to Bridget as well. Bridget is on Instagram. Fantastic. All right, let's get started.
Yeah, all right. Welcome to PlayUP.
On air.
On air, everybody. We love that you're tuning in live. And of course, if you're rewatching as well. But please, if you're live, send us your comments, say hello, share a joke with us.
Oh, and we love when you share your pictures. So we've got some pictures here from last week. I've got Tara here. She made an invention. It's a TV show invention. And the owl can actually fly out of the TV. That's incredible.
Wow.
And then on top of that, she sent us a video. Amazing.
Oh, we're pretty special. I've got a picture here from James and Cameron who have sent us another picture this week. They've made an invention, and look at this one. It's got really big, long arms for hugging.
Lovely.
Everyone loves a good hug. And this one has a good handle, so you can take it everywhere you go, especially when you're crafting.
Absolutely. I've got another one here. Oh, look. Ari and Coco are watching Tyler and Siobhan on their TV. They're very creative there with their inventions. Well done.
Cool. Now, I've got another one, but this doesn't look so much like an invention. But look, there's lots of autumn leaves in different colours and 4 different drawings.
Wow.
That's very clever. You know what? This is one of our cool activities that was in our family digital pack on our website.
It was. We've got so many great extra activities that you can do at home, so check out that digital pack on our website.
Yeah. All right.
It's a bit sad that Moad and PlayUp is closed at the moment, Naomi.
It is. And if you haven't been here before, where we really are live, this is PlayUp, our children's exhibition here at Moad. It's really fun, it's interactive, and we learn about children's rights.
Absolutely. And we also have a new Facebook community group at the moment, don't we?
We do. So please join us there. We're going to be there, and we'll show you some more ways to learn through play.
Yep. And
you can say hi to us and get to know one another as well.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have that community spirit back because we are missing you all here in PlayUp.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to be starting to craft very soon. But we need to do a few things first. We need to acknowledge the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people of Australia. And to do that, we use our hands. So together, let's touch the ground that covers the land.
Let's reach high for the sky that covers the land.
And touch our hearts that care for the land. What else should we do with our hands?
We need to wash our hands.
We do need to wash our hands.
So I'm going to get some magic soap. Oh, some
sorry.
for you.
Magic soap.
All right. Let's make sure we're scrubbing and washing for 20 seconds.
Let's sing our washing hands song.
Yeah.
If you're crafting and you know it, wash your hands.
Scrub, scrub.
If you're crafting and you know it, wash your hands. Splish, splash. If you're crafting and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're crafting and you know it, wash your hands.
Oh,
good job.
Awesome stuff.
You know what? Tyler and Siobhan made some really creative and innovative inventions last week.
Yeah, they did.
My favourite was the thinking cap.
Oh, I liked that one too. As I said, I was so inspired that I made my own invention too, and I'd love to show you.
Yeah, show me.
Okay, so I have made my very own sustainable fishing rod or fishing pole.
Okay, what does it do?
Well, it makes sure that when I go to the grocery shop, I only buy sustainably caught tuna.
Just in time for World Tuna Day.
Yep.
It's going to be so much fun.
It is. So World Tuna Day encourages us to fish tuna and other fish sustainably because it's really important for people around the world for their food, for their work and for their cultures. So we want to make sure there's enough for everybody.
Absolutely. I can't wait to learn more about sustainability. It's a very big word. And also about tuna.
Yeah.
In general. But we need to talk about the craft supplies for making some paper swimming fish.
Yes.
Oh, so exciting.
Let's have a look at them.
Ooh.
Ooh, look.
They get to swim in the water.
Oh, we have a good joke here. Mitch on Facebook says, what do you call a fish with a messy room?
What do you?
Lobster.
Oh, good one, Mitch.
All right, we are going to need some paper today.
Absolutely. So we've got lots of big paper here. We need some glue or some sticky tape.
And some scissors. So please be careful with your scissors. They're very sharp and you might need help from an adult or a sibling. A brother or sister might be able to help.
Yeah, absolutely. Or we also need some crayons or pencils or textures to do a bit of colouring later on. All right.
Let's grab our paper.
Paper. You're going to go with green.
I'm going to have a green fish today.
I'm going to go with silver or grey, but we'll make it silver. Now we need a square, and this is a rectangle because we passed kindergarten. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to make a rectangle into a square. Now to do this, we're going to take this top corner and we're going to fold it down to the bottom one like this. I'm going to do it on the table and then I'll quickly show you on screen.
Okay, so I'm going to take my corner across and I'm lining it up, but I'm making sure my paper doesn't overlap.
No, you want nice, good corners and you want to make sure it doesn't overlap. So let's have a look. So I've taken that top corner, folded it down so that it goes in line with the bottom piece of paper, and it's kind of created a triangle on one side and a rectangle on the other.
Yeah. Okay, what's next?
Well, what we need to do is we need to cut off this triangle part. So I'm going to...
Oh, the rectangle part.
Yeah, the rectangle. We're going to separate them. So I'm going to follow down this line. I'm not going to cut this top flap. I'm cutting this bottom piece of paper, but I'm going to follow the line to cut. So we cut the rectangle off. Maybe I didn't pass kindergarten.
All right, I'm going to follow the line too. Now, another way to do this is you could use this to trace and draw a line, if that makes it a little bit easier to see where you're going.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Oh,
let's cut.
You know, it's pretty funny that we are doing World Tuna Day this week, Naomi, because I actually don't like tuna. I've got some friends that don't eat tuna because they're vegetarians, but I don't like tuna because I don't like the taste and the smell. But I was doing some research and tuna are pretty awesome. I found out that the Atlantic bluefin is so big. It weighs, that means it's heavier than a horse. A whole horse.
Whoa! Yeah, that's huge.
It's massive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. I found out that some tuna can swim so fast. Actually, twice as fast as a horse gallops. 70 kilometers an hour.
That is really
so
fast. Tuna are amazing.
They're really remarkable.
They are. How are you going? Did
Okay.
you cut your rectangle off?
Yes, I have a triangle now, so let's unfold it to make our square.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
That's amazing.
It is. Okay. Now, if you are already starting with a square, please go ahead and fold it in half to make your triangle.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're all going to start with this crease right in the center. So let's open it up, and we've got a crease. Now, we're going to do some more folding. So we're going to bring the corner and this whole line here into the middle like this, meeting the crease in the middle. So we're making a smaller triangle.
Excellent. So we want this line here to line up with this line here.
Yep. So let's give it a go. We're going to do it on the table because it's much easier, and then we'll show you what it looks like.
Oh.
And bring it straight in.
Squish, squish, squish.
Pressing it hard.
So I've got my flat and I've brought it over like that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Great job. Let's do the other side.
Okay, so same thing on the other side.
Same thing on the other side. So now we're meeting the other piece in the middle.
Oh, excellent.
There we go. Okay. So now I've got two folds like this.
Beautiful.
It looks like a kite.
It does look like a kite. Excellent. Well, before we fold and cut this into a fish, let's give it some decorations.
Yeah, let's do some colouring because we're going to do some cutting. So just be mindful about what you put for your decorations. So we're just going to use crayons today.
We are. Now I'm going to colour the top of my fish. Now here's the foldy part. I'm going to turn it over, and this is actually going to be the top of my fish. So I'm going to colour this one in here.
I think I might do the same, and I'm going to colour the belly of my fish.
Ooh.
So I'm showing you a bit what we're doing later on, but we're going to fold our fish over, but that means you're only going to see one side of its belly. So I'm just going to colour in one side because you won't see this one. So I'm just going to colour in one side of my belly.
Fantastic. Naomi, before your creative and innovative fishing rod, how did you choose the right can of tuna when you went to the shopping? Because when I walk down that aisle, there are so many cans of tuna. I get so confused. How do you know which one's the right one to buy?
Oh, that's a really good question, Jess. Well, I would look for the tuna with packaging that said pole and line caught, like a fishing pole, or sustainably caught fished.
So what does that actually mean? Because that's a very big word.
Yeah, it is. It means that we're only catching the amount of fish that we actually need, no more, because then we would be overfishing. And it also means that we just catch the really big fish, but not the little fish, because we want to keep them in the water. We want to let them grow up, have their own babies.
Oh, I love babies. We don't want to be greedy by overfishing. No. But how do then we make sure that we only catch the big fish and not the little fish?
Again, the pole. So when it's pole and line caught, we can just catch one fish at a time rather than lots of fish, and rather than catching other sea creatures at the same time. And if it is too small, we can just put it straight back into the water and it can swim away happily.
Oh, that's nice. That's right. So when we use a net, like a big fishing net, goes through the water and it collects the big fish and the little fish and the baby fish and maybe some sea turtles and some seahorses, and we don't want those. No. We just want the big fish. So if we catch fish one at a time, then if it's not big enough for that night's dinner, we can put it back.
That's right.
And it can keep growing.
That's right. And the turtles and the seahorses, they can keep swimming too.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
There's a good video on our guide this week, isn't there, Naomi?
There really is. So check it out. I think it can explain all this better than we can.
And there's also links to the UN Sustainable Development Goals as well on there.
Yeah.
How is your colouring in going?
Well, I'm just adding some colour here on the top of my fish.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I've got an orange fish and a blue belly.
Beautiful.
So I know it doesn't look like a fish right now, but it will look like one soon.
I've got yellow on the top of my fish, and I've done a blue outline on my silver.
Very, very creative there, Jess.
Thank you.
Yep.
Now we need to open this back up for our next part, don't we? So we're going to open it back up to the square. And now we're going to fold it into the triangle again, the one we first started with. Now what we're going to be doing is we need to draw some lines. Now we need to draw some lines from the top down to that crease we've got there.
Down to here.
Straight lines from the top to the bottom. We need to leave a big section for the head, this part here. So I'm going to start from about here and draw some lines all the way across. I'm going to do a few and then I'll show you.
Sounds good. I'm going to do the same. So I'm going to use a red one. So I've drawn my first line and I've put that here because I'm making lots of room for the head.
Yep, so I've left my head here and I've got 3 lines and I'm going to keep drawing some lines along as we go. Blaze and Julia are on Facebook. Thank you. Happy World Tuna Day.
Ooh, they're excited to make tuna with us. Well, we are excited to make tuna with you.
Absolutely. I do wish I liked tuna because tuna is so good for you.
It really is. I think you're missing out on a lot, Jess. There's so much goodness in tuna, and I have to say it's pretty tasty. I do really like tuna sashimi.
You do, don't you?
Yeah.
People from all over the world, so many different countries, eat tuna as their main source of protein.
Yeah.
And protein is essential for building strong muscles.
Oh, I need lots of muscle so I can dance every day, Jess.
You do,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. And there really are a lot of people. It's actually about 3 billion people who eat tuna or fish as their main source of protein.
3 billion people.
That's a lot.
I bet you some of our play-uppers eat tuna. Maybe you can give us a hello if you eat tuna at home, or share your favourite recipes on the Facebook page.
On the Facebook group page.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good clarification there. All right, how are your lines going?
My lines look pretty good. I'm ready to do some cutting.
Excellent. So now we're going to cut down our lines. We're going to cut from the top down to the crease. We do not want to go past the crease, just to the crease.
No, this is a really great way to practice our straight cutting, isn't it?
It can be tricky sometimes.
Snip, it can be.
Naomi, you were telling me before you went on a holiday to Vietnam,
Yeah.
and you saw some fishermen and fisherwomen there.
Yeah, I did. So I was kayaking through a fishing village. It was amazing. So people were living there on houses that float in the water. Isn't that amazing? And so their main form of work was fishing.
That's so cool, a house on water. And they would fish for their food, and they would fish for work, so they sell the fish for other people to eat.
Yeah.
And then they would sell fish because it was part of their traditional culture.
Yeah, and that's why it's really important that we think about the way that we fish and we make sure we don't overfish. We only catch what we need because we want to make sure that there is enough for everybody and enough left in the sea as well, because that's what's good for the environment.
That is very true. Do you know what? It reminds me, I've actually got a really good fishing story.
Oh, yeah?
But I might tell you after because you almost
I'm
finished
nearly
cutting.
finished, yeah.
So maybe we could show everyone how we can turn this into a fish first.
That's a good idea. Okay, so let's unfold, check this out.
That's pretty cool.
Let's unfold. All right, now we're going to stick the belly together.
Okay.
So we're creating another triangle.
So if I flip it over and we're putting these 2 triangles,
Yep,
we're going to glue one on top of the other.
that's right. So I'm going to put glue on this one. This is why we did our folding first. So I'm going to put glue here and then layer this one over the top and stick it together.
And when we glue it, we don't want to glue a little bit, we want to glue it right over so
All the
this
way.
top flat completely covers the bottom flat.
That's right.
That's right. Okay, let's get the glue. If you don't have glue, you could use some sticky tape.
Yep. My leaves went rolling away.
Oh, Naomi. Oh, dearie me. Oh, glue, glue, glue. Oh, do you know what? It's pretty good that we can, when I've got a tip here, we put our hand inside the fish. So I'm going to hold this gluey section and I'm going to stick this right over the top and then stick my hand into the fish.
Yep.
To kind of help me pat it down like that.
Oh, I like that technique. So I've put my hand in there as well, and that helps me stick it together. Stick, 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 stick.
I'm so glad there's no guts inside there.
Oh, yucky. All right, look at that.
Beautiful.
It doesn't quite look like a fish yet, though,
Not at
does
all.
it?
Not at all. Should we do some fins and maybe a tail?
A tail.
Tail to the
That's a
end.
good idea. All right. Let's think about the shapes of a fin.
I'm going to do a triangle because it's a shape I remember.
I'm going to do mine kind of like a diamond or a leaf shape.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Okay.
So what color? I'm going to have, I think, some yellow.
I'm going to do yellow, 2 nice
Oh.
bright yellow. And I'm going to draw one triangle to then show you at home. I'm going to make a nice big triangle there like that. So I'm going to do 2 of those. 1, 2, like that.
Very nice.
Thank you.
I have a different shape for mine because all fish look a little bit different.
They certainly do.
I'm going to start cutting this out, and then I'm going to think about how I'm going to make a tail.
Well, I'm going to do a tail like this. I'm just going to cut that line out, and then this semicircle is going to be my tail.
Oh, very nice. All right. I think while I'm cutting, I'd love to hear your fishing story.
Oh, I'd love to tell you my fishing story. It's so good. So, when I was a kid, I went on a holiday with my auntie and uncle and cousins, and it was their family tradition to go fishing. So my uncle took us fishing, and he showed me how to put the prawn on the hook and to cast off. So we couldn't cast off backwards because there were people walking behind us. We had to cast off sideways. And then we had to sit there for a long, long, long time.
Fishing's pretty slow.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of patience.
Yes, I don't have a lot of patience. Anyway, my cousins caught enough fish for our dinner. Finally, I caught a fish.
Was it really, really big like a tuna and really heavy?
No, it was about this big. It was an ugly toadfish. Yeah. So my uncle said we don't eat those kind of fish, so he helped me put it back in the water so it could keep on living.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Definitely a good sustainable fishing story there, Jess.
Sure is.
Yep. All right, I have drawn my tail. It looks a little bit like a love heart.
It does.
Doesn't it?
That's
So I know it doesn't look like a tail, but you wait.
You sure do love tuna, don't you?
I do love tuna.
All right, well, I have got my 2 fins. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down here on the big side. Well, it's a little side, the non-pointy side of my triangle. And I'm going to glue it to the belly of my fish, just like that.
Very nice.
I'll do one and then show you.
Oh, we have a message from Ian on Facebook who says, why don't fish like playing basketball?
Ooh, why don't fish like playing basketball?
Because they're afraid of the net.
Oh, good one, Ian.
That's a really good one, Ian. Okay, I've cut out my heart shape, but this is going to be my tail for my fish. So I'm going to use a bit of sticky tape and glue for mine. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to put my fins on the belly.
Yep. Fantastic, because it looks like that from the top. And then I'm going to do the same with my tail. I'm going to glue it onto the belly of the tail there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. You know what I mean.
And you could decorate your fins. You could do some more colouring.
Absolutely.
You could have colourful fish.
Oh, sparkles.
Oh, sparkly fish.
Ooh.
A rainbow fish.
Ooh.
Now, I know that I'm going to need a bit of extra reinforcement, so I'm going to add some sticky tape to mine.
That's okay.
But otherwise, if you don't have sticky tape, you might need to wait for it to dry a little bit before your fish go swimming.
Absolutely. All right.
How's it look?
Pretty good, I think. I've got the fins, and I've got the fins as well, the tail fins. We need to turn this part into a head first.
Yep.
So I'm going to show you slowly, and then Naomi can follow.
Yep.
So we're going to take this pointy bit here, and we're going to fold it up and under. So it's going to look like that underneath, and that creates the mouth. So press, press, press.
Okay.
And that creates the mouth of the fish.
I'm going to do the same. So instead of a point, I'm going to fold it over, and it's going to have a mouth.
Beautiful.
There we go.
There's one thing our fish are missing though. Eyes. I'm going to draw some eyes on my fish.
Yeah, I'm going to use some paper for my eyes. I want them to really stand out. So I'm going to use a white circle, and that's going to be my eye. Oh, it's very big, but I think it's going to look great.
Sure will. Oh, here we go. I've got some eyes on my tuna. Here we go. Look at that.
Oh, look at that. Now, has your tuna got everything it needs, Jess?
It does, because it is a yellow fin tuna. So it's got some yellow fins. And you know what I've called him?
What?
I've called him Mornay.
Tuna Mornay.
Yep.
Oh, that's very clever, Jess. All right, mine is finished. I'm just pasting on the very last eye.
Some very big eyes.
That's because I made a big eye tuna.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. So I think her name can be Patty.
Oh, Tuna Patty. Fantastic. So they should go for a swim.
They should. Swimming. Like a school of tuna.
A school of tuna. Excellent. Dun it.
Uh-oh.
Dun it.
What's that?
Dun it.
What's that sound?
Dun it. That sounds like a shark.
Uh-oh. I don't know how that is possible in PlayUp. But you know what? Tuna are really clever.
Yeah.
If they were in the water, they would swim over to some dolphins to get protection from the shark.
Good idea. Dun it. 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 It's okay. It's not a shark. It's just casserole.
Hello, Cassie. What a relief.
This must be the Atlantic bluefin because it's so heavy. Oh, golly.
Does it weigh like a horse?
Yeah, as much as a horse. Absolutely.
Whew.
I'm going to have to put it on the table.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, I think they can all keep swimming together in a school, don't you?
That sounds great. Do you know what? If you haven't finished crafting at home, you can keep going. Maybe make some more fish.
Yeah, make a whole school, or maybe you could make some other sea creatures and think about, we want to eat and buy these ones sustainably too.
Absolutely. Yeah. And don't forget to help pack up when you are done.
And if you've made some, please send us photos on Instagram or Facebook or in our new Facebook community group. There will be a post to help you find it, so please look in our socials.
And keep sharing On Air PlayUp with your friends. Next week, we are going to be doing World Press Freedom Day. I remembered it.
Ooh, good work, Jess. I reckon that sounds like a good news story, everybody.
Oh, it sure will be. Thanks for sharing On Air PlayUp with us, everyone.
Yep, and remember to share your smile to make someone's day.
Bye.
Bye.